Did you know that two people buying homes for exactly the same price can need completely different deposits, depending on whether they're buying in England or Scotland? For example, if two buyers each agree to purchase a property for $220,000 and aim to place a 10% deposit, one might need a deposit of £22,000 while the other could need £40,000. That sounds strange, doesn't it? Well, if you're buying property in Scotland, understanding why this happens could save you a lot of frustration and help you avoid wasting time looking at homes that are actually outside your budget. Hi, I'm Dan, a mortgage broker based in Edinburgh. I help clients locally as well as across Scotland and the wider UK. And one of the most common misunderstandings about purchases in Scotland relates to home reports and how they affect mortgage deposits. So let's break this down. Unlike property purchases in England, properties in Scotland are usually marketed with a home report. As part of that report, an independent surveyor provides a valuation of the property, and that's where things can get interesting. In most cases, mortgage lenders use that home report valuation when assessing your mortgage application. This means the lender isn't necessarily interested in what you've agreed to pay for the property. They're interested in what the surveyor says it's worth. Let's go back to our example. Imagine there are two properties, one in England, one in Scotland. Both are being purchased for £220,000 with a 10% deposit. In England, if you're putting down a 10% deposit, you'll need £22,000. Simple enough. Now let's look at Scotland. The purchase price is still £220,000, but let's say the home report valuation is lower at only £200,000. The lender bases its calculations on the £200,000 valuation, not the £220,000 purchase price. So if you're borrowing at 90% loan to value, the lender will lend to £180,000. That means you need to contribute the remaining £20,000 to make up the 10% deposit against the valuation. But that's not all. You also need to cover the extra £20,000 you've agreed to pay above the home report value. So instead of needing £22,000 deposit, as in England, you need £40,000. That is a huge difference. This is why buyers in Scotland can sometimes be caught out, particularly in competitive markets where properties sell above home report value. A lot of people focus on how much deposit they've saved, but they don't realise that some of that money may need to bridge the gap between the home report valuation and the price they're offering. The result is that you could end up borrowing at a higher loan to value than expected, which may mean higher interest rates and fewer mortgage options. In some cases, it can even prevent a purchase altogether if the amount required above valuation is simply too high. This is particularly relevant in popular areas such as certain parts of Edinburgh, where offering above home report value has often been a feature of the market. And that's why one of the most important conversations I have with clients isn't just about how much they can borrow. It's about how much they can realistically offer. A mortgage budget and an offer budget are not always the same thing. And understanding that distinction early in the process can save a lot of disappointment later. In fact, I have a simple rule that I repeat to my clients over and over again, and that is home report, home report, home report. Before you arrange a viewing, before you fall in love with a property, and certainly before you make an offer, read the home report. The valuation inside that report is one of the most important numbers in the entire buying process. It gives you a much clearer picture of whether the property is genuinely within your reach and helps you focus your search on homes that fit both your borrowing capacity and your available deposit. Of course, there are exceptions. Private sales, new build purchases, and certain other transactions may work differently. But for the majority of residential purchases in Scotland, understanding the relationship between purchase price and home report value is essential. I hope this video helps your understanding of the price versus value phenomenon in Scotland. But if you'd like to explore the topic further, I've linked below my more detailed article, which is on my website. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.